Don't forget to test and always be tracking your data before and during your launch. Don't be afraid to make tweaks and pivot during the launch. This is so important. I think a lot of times people think, okay, I've set up my launch, everything's ready to go, all my assets are done, everything's ready. And then they hit go and maybe the launch didn't kick off as well as they expected. So typically you'll see a spike on that first day that you announce your promo, and you'll see, in the case of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, if you're doing a different offer every day, then you're seeing a spike every day. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the next episode of the Beauty and the Brand podcast. Today, I'm going to be sharing how you can maximize Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales with organic marketing strategies. So, quick note, if you want to hear my whole backstory and my 5 lessons learned in building my fragrance brand, go to episode 1 of our podcast. So first things first, nurturing your audience at least a month in advance, if not more, before you ask them to buy something from you is super important. You want to make sure that you're warming up your audience and that you are not sort of ghosting them for months and months, and then Black Friday comes and all of a sudden you have a bunch of emails going out. That is a surefire way to get a lot of, angry subscribers and unsubscribes. Now, the first thing that you want to do for your holiday promotion is create your holiday color palette. So you can use Pinterest to do this. This is actually a great opportunity to departure from your brand's standard color palette. You'll want to be able to test different colors for your buttons on your holiday landing page or on your website and your emails. So once you kind of come up with that color palette, then you'll want it to be consistent on, like I said, on your website, your landing page, your emails, your social media content, but figure out what that color palette looks like. For example, we use a holiday red for our holiday related offers. And so that just makes it like there's a holiday red and then there's this green color that we use more prominently during the holiday season to just call out a holiday offer. And then next, you're going to want to nurture and build your email list pre-Black Friday. So you really want to focus on, consider a referral campaign. So with an incentive to your most active customers who can bring in more folks like them. So this is a really great organic strategy. Especially if you have customers, they're loyal, they come back, they purchase. Why not create a referral campaign just for them that invites them to bring in and invite other friends, family of theirs to learn more about your brand with a special incentive. Maybe it could be something like for every 3 signups they send your way, they get 15% and the friend gets 15% as an example. Another thing to consider is what can you do to increase your AOV, your average order value, and frequency of purchase. So getting more, purchases from your current customers. So this will be something you want to start thinking about as you're thinking about the obviously your evergreen and ongoing strategy, but also your holiday offer, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Pre-launch content. So pre-launch content can include things like reviews and testimonials, especially video. And I'm going to touch on this in a little bit. Product highlights, breakdowns, tutorials, blog content related to what your product offer will be or what the holiday bundle will be for Black Friday. It can include how-tos. It can include gift guides. So testimonials and reviews are something that you can be sharing to your email list at least, every few weeks, and just seeing what testimonials are resonating with your audience. What are people, what's driving people to click on the button to learn more or to buy a product. Product highlights you want to be strategic about this because you want to be doing product highlights which means like breaking down a product and, its features and its benefits and what it can do, or what's the transformation to the end user. And you want to be really strategic about this. So you want to make sure the products that you're highlighting, or the product that you're highlighting, will be showing up, in your holiday offer or in a holiday bundle, right? So that's why the planning in advance is so, so important. And we're going to talk about your holiday offers in a moment. Tutorials and trainings. I find that a lot of like my makeup brands will do, especially leading up to the holiday season and during the holiday season, they're doing a lot of tutorials with their products. They might be highlighting a new product. They might be highlighting like their holiday glam looks, or, winter looks. So definitely tutorials, any kind of tutorials and trainings are helping the end user kind of see how they can incorporate that into their repertoire. And you can also, it also makes it very timely. So if you have like a winter tutorial or like a holiday glam tutorial, it makes it really timely and gives them a reason to buy. And if they have a friend that obviously loves makeup or loves, skincare or hair care or whatever it is, then it's such a great reason to be like, oh my gosh, like, let me get this holiday bundle for them. So how-tos are really great. Gift guides are one of my favorite pre-launch content strategies, because it highlights your products, like all of the products that maybe you're offering. So if you're doing like a 20% off for Black Friday, you're highlighting the products that are included in that 20% off. And you are showing like who each product would be good for. So like something that we always did was, every fragrance had a particular flavor and vibe. And we would start to notice over the years, like who was attracted to a certain scent profile. So during the holiday season, we would say, okay, like Cape Cod is great for like your best friend, or the one that's like is ocean loving, or someone who's always like vacationing at the beach, for example. Or, New Orleans Datura would be more smoky and like very rich and deep and sexy. And it's maybe, for another type of, customer, I know like our Boston Tobacco Leaf was always a great hit with like older men, like, or just men in general, often were really drawn to that because of the tobacco undertone. Like there's a lot of tobacco scent in that, and cedarwood and like rich woods. So it was very like smoky. So that, drew in a certain type of customer as well. And so, we would showcase each product for who we would recommend, like each scent for a particular person. Obviously, like anyone could buy the scents. Like if you have a particular scent you love, great. But it was a nice way to help people who might not be familiar with our line, but maybe they have a scent of their own from our brand, and now they want to gift, a scent to, a friend or a family member, or maybe they're even buying it for themselves, right? Knowing like, okay, this is great for, the home decor loving, like, or this, maybe it's like for example, if you have a candle brand, it's like, this is a great, this is the perfect scent for like your homebody friend, for example, or, this is a great, great product for dad. Like maybe it's a beard oil that you have, or maybe like in my example, like maybe it's a more tobacco-y scent. So having like a gift guide and making it clear, and you can make this really fun and like fun and kind of exciting, or what's the word that I'm looking for? Hector, please clean this part out. You can make this really, what's the word I'm looking for? You can make this really fun and vibey. Like it doesn't have to be super serious. You can, like for example, I remember this one gift guide where we said, this is best for your maximalist auntie, the one who always has like all the things, all the products, tons of color, like maximalism to the core. So you can get really, you can have fun with it. And a few data points to note. So Instagram's algorithm favors the video content over photos. This is not a surprise. And so much so that video content can see up to 21% more engagement than photos. So make sure you're creating video content. If you're not, comfortable getting in front of the camera, do behind the scenes. Like I have a lot of founders who do like video of them packing up gifts or creating product behind the scenes. It's just a really great way to show your brand without necessarily feeling like you have to be, front and center in front of the camera. One analysis actually found that 77.6 million Instagram posts revealed that Reels have the highest estimated reach at 33.8%. Amongst every other content type. 69% of consumers believe a product demo best assists them when making a purchase. So making sure, again, being really strategic, choosing the product that you're demoing and you're showcasing and you're highlighting leading up to your Black Friday promo to be aligned with with the product or the bundle that you're going to be ultimately featuring during your holiday promotion. And then another statistic is 50% of TikTok users have bought something after watching a TikTok live. So if you do have that consumer who is on TikTok, making sure you're either repurposing your Instagram content to TikTok, if that's a secondary social media channel for you, or if your demographic, if TikTok's their primary social channel, then making sure you're creating organic content for TikTok and of course TikTok Shop. Now, another thing is social and ad graphics that will perform well. As I mentioned, testimonials, reviews. If you are going to be doing any kind of ad content, I know most of our session today is talking about organic marketing for Black Friday. But if you are going to be doing any kind of ad content, then you really want to focus on 5-star reviews, testimonials, UGC content, particularly as it pertains to Black Friday holiday, Cyber Monday, because during that period of time, you're either converting people who are already customers of yours, so you really want to be thinking about bottom of funnel. This isn't necessarily the time to be trying to find new customers. That ship has sailed a bit. That's what you're doing pre-launch. You're building your lists, you're building your audience pre-launch. So the months leading up to the holiday season, that's when you're building audience. That's when you're building your list. Once you're in the holiday season and you're, getting close to your promo, or you're doing your promo, it's a matter of sales. Like now you're converting and you're really focusing on that bottom of funnel. So you want to make sure the content that you're creating is specific to that bottom of funnel. So it's typically people who are, of course, rebuying their favorite product. And then of course, maybe they're buying for a friend or a family member as a gift. And it could also be people who may have not purchased from you, yet, but they've been noticing your brand. Like you've been great about staying consistent on social media or email, and they've been on your list and they've sort of been browsing and checking you out from afar, but they haven't committed. Now they're going to commit because you're creating this great offer for them, right? So reviews, testimonials, UGC content is really going to create that trust and that, ability for them to kind of jump over the hump of finally making that first purchase from you. And let's get on to the juicy offer. So you're going to want to come up with a great Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer. So that looks like either it could be a bundle, it could be a kit, it could be a brand new item, it could be one product. You can have a limited edition holiday bundle, which of course encourages, exclusivity, that this is only available during the holiday season. You can have a limited supply of your holiday bundles, right? So it really creates that urgency that they need to get this now. They're not going to be able to get it before, after the holiday season or after the holiday promo. You could encourage people to or you could encourage, Hector, can you take that part out? You could try a different type of promotion each day of your promo. So for example, maybe let's say you're doing a 5-day Black Friday, Cyber Monday promo, and maybe day 1, you're doing a free product with purchase. Maybe day 2, you're doing free shipping. Maybe day 3, you're doing a percentage off or a credit. Maybe day 4, you're doing a certain percentage off when they spend X amount of dollars. So you can play around, that's a little bit more advanced. You can keep the promo all the same. So for 5 days that you're doing your promotion, for example, it's, 20% off the entire 5 days, or you can have it change every day. That does get a little more complicated with the messaging and making sure, everything's consistent. So if you're new to this, if you're a newer brand, then just stick with one offer for those 5 days. If you're more advanced, then consider playing around with a different offer each day. And that will just create that excitement and urgency and exclusivity and, get people to buy. So we mentioned free shipping on orders over a certain amount. Mentioned free product with a spend of over X. So for example, or you can even do like 20% off when you spend up to $100 or 25% off over $100. So you also want to, know what your typical average order value is. So you know what that number that you're setting that dollar amount like up to and over is. You can, of course, A/B test your offers in your email marketing platform like Klaviyo. Klaviyo makes it pretty easy to A/B test your offers. So if you're not sure if you want to go with this offer or that offer, this is why it's so important and helpful to plan your Black Friday promo in advance, because you could play with testing your offer earlier. Now, moving on to, Hector, if you can just take out that last part. Now, let's talk about timing of your offer. So consider going early for your Black Friday offer to avoid the crowds. I always recommend our founders to either go earlier, like before like that Thanksgiving week, or go after. Most of my founders will typically choose before. So you're looking at like the first week of November, the second week of November. So again, that creeps up super fast. So you want to make sure you're planning for that in advance. You could also offer a waitlist only offer. So like an extra percentage, for example, for 24 hours just to your email list only. And as you're doing your pre-launch, if you know that you're going to be doing this special waitlist only offer, as you're doing your pre-launch leading up to Black Friday, so the weeks and months before, you can say like, hey, we're going to be offering something special just for the people that are on our email list. This will not be available to the public. Make sure you sign up for our email list. So it's a really great way to build your email list as you're kind of leading up to that promotion, that holiday promotion. Don't forget to have, upsells and downsells built into each purchase. Hopefully you already have that built in. If you don't, this is a great time to kind of get that set up. Shopify has many different apps that do this. Zipify is one of them. I think it's called like Zipify Upsell. So just making sure you have those built in to maximize your average order value during the holidays. Now, let's move on to email marketing. So make sure you have your email sequences in place, that they're optimized. You've tested them. Maybe you need to get them tweaked. Maybe you still need to get them created. This is the time, before you hit the holiday season, make sure this is kind of all in place. The abandoned cart will be probably the most important sequence, as it will retain 15% of folks that jumped off of your site typically. Almost 70% of shoppers abandon their carts. And so you definitely want to make sure you have that abandoned cart sequence in place and that it's working. And, if you need to make any tweaks to it, make tweaks to it. Cart recovery emails can generate up to 18% conversion rate, according to Berlin's. A cart abandonment email sent within an hour saw a 20.3% conversion rate, compared to only 12.2% if sent 24 hours later. And a second email sent 24 hours after abandonment had a 17.7 CVR, while those 48 hours or more were only 7.7% conversion. So consider the timing of your abandoned cart. Typically it could be a three email sequence. That's what we typically do. But even just having, if you're bare bones and you just got to get something up, even just having 1 to 2 emails can help you recover a lot of those purchases that people didn't complete. Another sequence that you want to have is your welcome sequence. I'm not going to cover this in depth today, but you're looking at typically, our sequencers are typically 5 to 7 emails. So you want to make sure you have your welcome email sequence in place. You want to make sure you have your post-purchase sequence in place. So that's nurturing the new people. This is going to be so, so important. You're nurturing the people that have decided to buy during the holiday season, who are brand new, with a sequence telling them how best to use their product, basically reiterating hey, you made a great choice by buying this product. This is such a great product, and here's how you can use it. Here's how you can get the most out of it. Here's how we recommend using it. So it's just nurturing that purchase when they're most excited about it. And that could be an opportunity too to ask for reviews, ask for any kind of user-generated content, for them to follow you or engage with you on social media. And then a replenishment. So you want to have a replenishment sequence. So that will typically go out, maybe within a month of when you think they will be, within a month of when typically your customers will finish using a product like that. You'll probably send that about 3 to 4 weeks before they're almost out of it. And that can actually be built into your post-purchase sequence. The way that we set it up is that email will be maybe the 5th or 6th email that goes out in the post-purchase sequence, but it sends out automatically months later. So it just depends on your brand, how you set it up. If it's part of your post-purchase sequence or if it's part of your replenishment sequence. During your promotion, you are sending way more emails than you think you should during the holiday promotion. Everyone's always surprised, when we share how many emails that we recommend. Make sure in your emails, the offer and your button, your call to action button to shop your product is in that hero graphic, up top, front, and center. That's super, super important. So any text that you're putting into your email, put that below that hero image. We typically will send anywhere between 3 and 8 emails during a 5-day promo period. And don't forget about SMS. So communicating your offer through SMS. Klaviyo makes this super easy. You can send 2 or 3 emails during your promotion. You can send one right the day before, just reminding people hey, this is coming. Make sure you're, checking your inbox. And then this is a little bit more advanced, but if you are running ads, create a custom landing page just for your holiday bundle, and you can run ads directly to that landing page. Also consider doing a New Year's Eve countdown promo. So this could be another opportunity. Let's say your holiday promotion did not go as well as you wanted it to, or you just want to finish the year strong, boost your revenue. Consider doing a New Year's Eve, promotion at the end of the year. We had one founder do this, last year, and now she's done it, or maybe it was 2 years ago she started doing it, and now she does it every single year. And it worked so beautifully for her. It was so great because I saw the message come through. I think it was like from her, I think it was like on December 27th or December 28th, like, our New Year's Eve or like last week until the new year. Promo is going so well. I think it actually ended up doing better than her like Black Friday promo, maybe just as good. So that could be definitely something that you offer or consider doing leading into the new year. And then, of course, don't forget to test and always be tracking your data before and during your launch. Don't be afraid to make tweaks and pivot during the launch. This is so important. I think a lot of times people think, okay, I've set up my launch. Everything's going to, everything's ready to go. All my assets are done. Everything's ready. And then they, hit go, and maybe the launch didn't kick off as well as they expected. So typically you'll see a spike on that first day that you announce your promo, and you'll see, in the case of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, if you're doing a different offer every day, then you're seeing a spike every day. But if you're doing the same offer for like those 5 days, you'll probably see a slump in the middle. You'll see a spike in the first day. You'll see a spike on the last day if you're communicating like, hey, the last day. And then, obviously when the new holiday offer becomes available, it's super exciting. So the first day is always like a big bump. But if you find that there's a lackluster response on that first day, that could be a red flag. So don't be afraid to make some changes or tweaks as your launch is happening, as your promo is happening. This is why it's so important to be tracking that data, checking it every single day. Like how many people are coming to your website? We have like a tracker that is automated, but like how many people are coming to your, to the website? How many unique visitors are there? How many people are actually putting the product in cart? How many people are actually, converting? So you want to be tracking all of those metrics, also looking at the metrics on social, whatever social platform you're using, and how people are responding to your posts, because maybe you created a number of pieces of content, right, for a specific promo. And then you realize after a day or two, oh, these, the way I'm messaging this or the content that I'm putting out isn't really resonating. We're not getting a lot of engagement or clicks from it. And so that's your opportunity to go back and kind of look at, is there anything that people are responding to? Like in my pre-launch content, was there a specific video or a specific, post that really resonated, that had a lot of engagement? And if you go into your, I think it's called Insights on your Instagram, for example, you'll be able to go to the bottom and see, okay, how many followers did I get how many non-followers turned into a follower from a specific post or video. And that's a good indication that that particular post or video resonated, especially with a newer audience. So you'll want to, be able to create more of that content. And if you have to create it on the fly during your promotion, then that's what you got to do to hit your goal. And I always recommend have a goal. I always tell my students, my founders, like, set a good, better, best goal. Like your good goal is something that like it's a no-brainer. You can easily reach that goal. If it's a better goal is usually a little bit of a reach. And then your best goal is like pie in the sky if everything went according to plan. And I wanted to highlight, the pivot during a promotion. We have this one founder. She's a graduate of C2C, and she's also a graduate of our mastermind, Kira of Lavender Meadows. And I remember she was doing this one promotion where it was for a new product, and the promotion just wasn't going the way she had planned it. Like she wasn't seeing the numbers as she was like sending out her emails and her doing her social content. And she actually, I think it was on the last day of the promotion, she reached out, to folks who had clicked and showed interest, but ultimately didn't purchase, and literally was like, hey, like, I noticed that you ultimately didn't buy this. Just curious, like, what stopped you? And what she ended up learning is that her customer didn't feel like that product was a need product. It was more of a want product. And her customer is a little bit more, cost conscious. They're a little bit more, need driven. Like they have to justify the purchase more. And so she extended the promotion by like 1 or 2 days, retweaked the messaging, and saw a major bump in sales after that, and was able to reach her goal. So lesson here is the launch isn't over until it's over. And that literally means like, if you have to create new content or a new email that you send out during the promotion, do it. And it also means like that last day, you want to go strong. So open like the last day, the last hour, all of it matters when you're doing a promotion if you really are serious about reaching your goals and sharing your product with you're sharing this particular product or this bundle with your audience, the people that love your brand, and also giving them the opportunity to buy it for their friends and family. So you're getting in front of, new folks as well. So these are some of the best strategies to maximize the most out of the holiday season. We can't wait to hear how you do with these suggestions. And I'm wishing everyone their most successful Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday season. And until next time, bye.